my sights. Like, I just don't have it. I feel like after I do go presidential, because I'm officially charted as of today, I'm officially chartered for presidential. We have to do a Zoom on that, because the mindset, it's just so crazy how your mindset plays such a big role. So it's crazy to me. So, and
it's so crazy. And I almost feel like, and I think that a lot of you guys who have, gone diamond or above, or maybe not, maybe like I'm probably more like triple or presidential, or, or double, maybe you worked so hard for it for, a couple months or longer, like I worked forever to get to ambassador, but it's like, once you get there, it's like, you feel like you're already like, I don't know. It's like, it's weird. It's like, you've been saying ambassador, like I've been saying ambassador for so long that when I finally get it, I'm like, okay, well now I got it. Like,
I know, I know. It's crazy. It's so exciting. And it's just, I feel like this business changes people so much. And until you allow yourself to actually be changed, you know what I mean? Until you allow your mind to really make that shift, I feel like that's when it all changes. I feel like I'm so stubborn, and I was so, didn't want to change. I didn't think I needed to change. And then it was like, once I allowed for things to start changing and be open-minded about things, it was like, things just it just all fell into place. So it's just so crazy. And it's so fun. And once you see other people start, promoting and stuff like that, and you see it actually is real and it can happen for you too, it's just so much more exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'm going to put in our chats really quick. Or did
sure. Let me do it.
Chats that are Zoom starting? All right. So those of you guys who don't know Danielle or me, because I know Danielle's team's on here too, I'm Amanda, and Danielle's on here. And then we have also Triple Diamond Cortney, who's going to be giving lots of tips as well. But just a little background about, I know a lot of you guys already know Cortney, but we'll introduce her too. But just a little background about myself and Danielle. We met on a cruise, and it was we just became BFFs ever since then. And so we're sideline sisters and accountability partners, and we just, cheer each other on. And I love how she leads her team with such, dignity and just love, and just pours into her team. And I just attract that so much, because I want to be, I surround myself with people who I want to be who I want to be alike. And so that's, one of my tips for you guys is, who are the 5 people that, you are around the most? Who are the 5 people who are in like your phone book? Who are the 5 people that you talk to the most? Because those are going to be the 5 people who influence your life the most. Those are going to be the 5 people who you are going to mimic, and who you're going to be just like them. And so I really I keep my, my people just really close to me, because I know how important that is. And so Danielle is one of those people who her and I just, clicked ever since we met, and I just love her to pieces. So I'm so excited for her to jump on here tonight and give you guys lots of tips and advice and just things, because she's been through it all, and she knows her stuff. And so and then Cortney, you guys know Cortney, she's on our team, and she went triple back in February. And I had to think, February, all these months are all meshing together, but February. And just another one of she's best friends, and she's a triple diamond. And just, again, she leads her team with, love, and she leads them with passion. And so she leads them from the front. And so we're going to talk to you guys a lot about, we're going to give you guys some newbie tips. So if you guys are new, we're going to give you some newbie tips. If you're not new, these are tips that you guys bring back to your newbies, okay? We're going to talk about how to end this month strong, and motivation, and just all kinds of good stuff that are just that, our goal and our prayer is just that we fill your guys' cups up, that you guys now take this momentum and end this month strong, because we only have 14 days left? Mm-hmm. 14 days left to end this strong. And I want to see, I want to see you guys push yourself to the limit where when you end on that last day, you can lay your head down on that pillow and you can say, I did whatever I could to get to where I'm at right now. I worked so hard and I can literally put my head down and I can rest because I worked so hard to get to where I am. And so I know that there's been months where I have laid my head down just like that. And I know that there's been months where I was like, I probably could have done this a little bit better, or I could have focused on here a little bit more, or I could have been balanced in this area a little bit more. So our goal is that we want you guys to end this and just take off running for the rest of this month. So, okay, I can just jabber.
I'm gonna cut you off for a second because you kind of explained who I am and what I do with my team, and you did the same thing for Cortney. I kind of want to do the same thing for you because obviously most of my team does know Amanda. And you guys know that we're sidelines, but I'm in Amanda's team page and she is in my team page. And guys, I cannot tell you enough how awesome it is to be a part of her team page. I get to see her love on her team. And guys, that exactly what she said, like it's finding those people that you mesh with well and running crazy with them. And Amanda and I have been running like crazy. And the fact that how she leads her team is exactly how I want to lead my team. So I want to surround myself with leaders that lead their team that way. And I want to pour that onto my team. So I want my team to follow somebody like Amanda, because I want them to mimic that behavior. So I mimic those types of behaviors. I want my team to mimic those behaviors. So if you can take anything from this, lead from the front. Even if you're struggling, if you're like, I just haven't signed customers, you need to figure it out. You need to figure out how to lead from the front, whether it be shouting your team out, whether it be with enrollments, whether it be giving tips to your team. You've got to figure that out for yourself, and you've got to lead from the front and follow the leaders that you want to be a part of. And Amanda and her team, they're the kind of people that I want to be a part of. I absolutely love her team. I love all of you guys. And I can't thank you enough for allowing me to be a part of your team page, because I'm always getting amazing tips from your team page. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for that.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, you guys, like our team page is like, that's our team page. And so that's why I say like I trust Danielle so much. She's the only one who's in our team page, because I just, that's how we just have that connection. And so I trust her giving you guys tips and advice. And so, yeah, we're super excited too. We haven't done a Zoom in a while. So
I know it has been too long.
Yeah, it's just been crazy months. But okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Who wants to kind of take the reins?
I can start.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about tips for new distributors. And like Amanda said, if you're a new distributor, awesome, take this and run with it. If you're not, take it and run with it back to your team, okay? Because your team's always going to be growing. So if you don't have a pen and paper out, guys, get a pen and paper out right now, because you always want to be taking notes. I learned, I went to Tony Robbins. Actually, Amanda went too. Tony Robbins was amazing. And something he said was that when you write something down, it's going to stay with you like 80% versus like 15% if you're just like listening. So you've got to write stuff down. So my number one tip for somebody that is just getting started is don't get overwhelmed. And how do you not get overwhelmed? Because there is just so much information. Like if you're watching this Zoom, it's because you're on my team or Amanda's team, and our team pages are incredible and we have so much information in there, and it can be really overwhelming. So my number one tip for you to not get overwhelmed is to create a 6 list. What is a 6 list? It is 6 income producing activities that you are going to complete throughout that day, no matter what. And guys, I'm telling you, I live by my 6 list. I've been in this business almost 6 years now, and I live by my 6 list. If I don't have my 6 list completed, I struggle to get through the day, because my brain, I have a 3.5-year-old, I have a 1.5-year-old, and I work from home and my life's crazy. So if I don't have that 6 list to go by, literally this is what I do. I'm like, oh my God, I have so much stuff. Where do I start? So for me, I create that 6 list right before I go to bed, because my brain, I work before I go to bed and my brain's kind of go. And I'm like, okay, I got to do all this stuff tomorrow. I make a 6 list. For me, because I'm constantly rocking a little girl or whatever, my 6 list is always on my phone. I do have notebooks that I keep names of people and just to stay organized. I do have notebooks, but my 6 list is definitely on my phone so that I can always have it with me. If you're like, I don't know what a 6 list is, I want to learn more about it, go to your team page, search the keyword 6 list, and you're going to find a wealth of information about that. So that's my tip for newbies.
Awesome. I love it. Court, do you want to give a tip? Is she frozen? He looks like he should. Oh, wait, you're on 2 different screens of mine, Cortney.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she is.
I think both are frozen. I can't tell. Oh, wait, you're moving on one. Cortney, can you hear us?
Yeah, it just logged me out of Zoom, so sorry. I just had to log back in.
Oh, that's okay. I was like, you're frozen right here, but I was like, wait, you're right here too. Okay, do you want to give a tip for a newbie or do you want me to go?
Go ahead. I'm going to go put the pacifier back in baby's mouth, so give me like...
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so my tip for newbie, you guys, is I want you guys to print out, and when you guys have a team, I want you guys to have them. I love what Danielle said, like, do not get overwhelmed. And we want to keep this as simple as possible, because just like what Cami always says, and now I always say it, a confused mind always says no. And so when we bring somebody onto our team, or if you yourself is new and you're listening to this Zoom and you're confused and you're, not really sure what to do, that's going to lead to, it can lead to frustration. And a lot of times people will quit at that point if they're not going to learn or figure out how to do it. So we want to make things so simple as possible so that you guys are less confused as possible. So there's going to be, a lot of information thrown at you, but there's 2 things I want you guys to print off right away. And that's going to be your steps to success, and it's going to be your Ruby chart. Okay. I really feel that a lot of times we just get into these enrollment mode and how to do things, and we forget about the steps to success, which the steps to success is our guideline to success. And that is as simple as it gets, you guys. That's saying that every month that, first thing we do is we make sure that we're commission qualified so that we get a paycheck. The second thing it does, you guys, is we get 4 customers. Now, obviously, you guys know which we're going to get into, Cortney has some really good tips about host to post. I know Danielle does too. We're going to get into that. And with host to post, which is a method that we do, it literally, you get 100 customers a month. You know what I mean? Like, you can get so many customers a month with that method. But just keeping it simple, 4 customers, you guys, every month. Okay? And then here's the thing. The third step, you guys, is 3 distributors. Okay? And I always like, and Cortney can even touch about this because she likes to bring it up a lot, but the power of 1. You enrolling 1 distributor, and then you teach them to enroll 1 distributor, and then you teach that person to enroll a distributor. You will grow in a year's time. You'll literally grow. I don't even know how many distributors that is, but I think it's like an ambassador chart. Like, it is crazy the amount of distributors that you'll grow just by the power of 1. And my numbers are probably off, but it is amazing. And so you guys, going off of those, and when you are focused on completing your steps to success every single month and you teach your team to do it, you guys will see your business grow and it'll be very healthy. And so, that's what it's about is, for us to learn it, and then we can teach other people to do it, the duplication system. And I think that both of our teams have our team pages are a lot alike. Both of our teams have some really amazing duplication systems. So that's my tip for you guys, is print off your Ruby chart and your steps to success. Court?
Am I up? Okay.
Yeah, you're up.
Doesn't close out. My Apple's been so crazy lately. So I was thinking about what I was going to say today, and I love it because I always get some sort of little inspiration. And so this is my tip. I want you guys to write down right now what your definition of try is. I want you guys to have a clear vision of what try means to you, because when you're going into a business, you're trying for something, whether you're trying for an extra $200 a month, whether Danielle and I are trying for presidential this month, what are we doing? Whether Amanda was trying for ambassador last month, what does that mean to you? Because we'll join a business and we'll get distributors underneath us, and our definition of trying for the month can be very different from the next person's definition. So for instance, you can sit on a couch and watch workout videos and not do anything with it. You can sit on a Zoom and get all the information that you want, but not do anything with it. So you're never going to lose weight if you're not trying. Now, does that mean you're going to get up and mess up and fall to the ground when you're trying a new, workout routine? Absolutely. When I was testing for my black belt, I didn't just go into it saying like, oh, I'm going to try to get my black belt. I went in knowing all the curriculum, doing my research, doing my due diligence, going to practices. When Danielle and I were testing for our teaching certificate, we did not go in and be like, I'm just going to try. I hope that all these years of schooling paid off and this 10-hour test just goes well. No, guys, we studied. We tuned in, if you're talking about the business, you're tuning into Zooms, you're tuning into the team page, you are tuning into product coach and the products on the team page and on my brain's going crazy, on the website and finding out about different products. You are learning everything you possibly can. If Host to Post is what's doing amazing, you're figuring out all the tips and tricks of Host to Post and you're applying them. So I want you guys to write down your definition of try. Maybe so far in the business, guys, your try is I'm going to do a post a day and I'm going to hope people come and they order from me. Maybe your try is I'm going to send Host to Post requests out to 10 people and hopefully 5 people post for me. I want you guys to write down what your try has been so far, and then I want you guys to explode that by 10. If you were sending out 20 Host to Post requests and maybe 2 people are hosting for you, we're going to up that. You guys are going to do 50 or 100. If you're posting once a day and hoping that people are just going to come to your page and naturally see that, you need to start messaging people. And doing more posts. One post is not going to cut it. So you need to do 2 product posts instead of 1 product post. So I want you guys to clearly define what your try is, because if Danielle and I go into this month saying we're trying for presidential, I can guarantee it's not going to happen if we don't have a vision of what that looks like, a vision of how many hours we're pouring into that a day, a vision of what we're giving up now, some good things we're giving up now for greater things later. So we need to have a clear vision of what that looks like for us, because guys, our try is going to trickle down to our team. So if our try is not on point, our team's try just gets littler and littler from there. So Amanda's got this huge, mass enrollment. Well, everything trickles down from there, guys. If I was enrolling 1 person a month, I might be happy if someone enrolls every 3 months, because that's what's going to happen if I'm only enrolling 1 person a month. But if I'm enrolling, 12 people, 12 new distributors a month, you better know that my team's going to follow in that suit. I'm going to have people enrolling 10 people, other distributors enrolling 9, some might enroll 5. So know that what we do is going to trickle down into our team. So if we're not on our top notch and have that clear vision of where we're going, our team has no idea where they're going. So being a new distributor, as you guys are going to grow your teams, and some of you that might happen very quickly, especially if you're gifted distributors or loyal customers or whatever, you got to know what your try looks like. Are you going for Ruby this month? Are you double promoting to Emerald this month? And how are you going to get there? So that is kind of my little tip that's helped me, because I can tell you when I first started this business, I had no idea. I'm like, I'll post every couple days. I hope people come and order from me. And then next thing you know, a month's gone by and I'm like, Amanda, my paycheck was $30. What happened? And she's like, babe, So we have to really have that clear vision of what we want, put it out into the universe, and do the action plan that gets you to that result. Have that vision and then do the steps that get you to that vision. It's not I'm trying to go this promotion. It's I'm going this promotion, and these are the things that are going to take me there, and no excuse is going to get in the way. Guys, I went triple diamond living out of boxes at my parents' house 2 months ago. I took my husband to double diamond last month, giving birth to a baby, now having 4 kids. So anything is possible. I could have used those months as excuses of I'm about to give birth. I don't even know where my pens are because they're packed somewhere. But I didn't, because I knew going into that month, this is happening. I'm paying for this baby in cash. I'm paying my down payment for my house in cash. And I didn't let anything that happened that month detour me from what my try for the month and my vision was. So we're super excited for you, and we're super excited to give you guys some more tips tonight. But I hope you guys write down your try and then come up with the steps that are going to get you there.
Awesome. Do you mind if I piggyback on that real quick?
Yes, babe, go ahead.
I just want to add something real quick. She said, write down your try. I want you to write down your why. I want you to write down your why. Why did you get involved in this business? Okay. I want you to actually think about it. Like, seriously, take 5 seconds right now. Think about, why did you get into this business? Why? Okay. Now ready? Times that by 100. Guys, think about it. I'm not playing when I say that. Like, why'd you get involved in this business? Oh, to make $500 a month. Multiply that number by 1,000. Do you want to know why I say that? Is because I got involved in this business to make a couple extra $100 to pay for an open bar for a wedding. Okay. And I was planning on quitting once I got started and reached that goal. And then I got pregnant. Guess what? My why went through the roof. My why was multiplied by 1,000. Guess what that made me do? It made me work harder. So if you have a why and you feel like it's right here, you've got to do something inside your mind to make it go up here. You've got to allow yourself to dream a little bit bigger. For me, I didn't know what, I was like, okay, well, I just paid for my wedding because I got a big bonus now. Like, what's next? I got pregnant. So for me, it just happened. I was like, ding, there's my why. Now I'm ready to become a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to teach anymore. I'm done. And that was huge for me because I have 2 master's degrees. I went to school for 8 years to be what I was doing. So that was kind of weird for me. So take your why, multiply it by 1,000, and then work towards that 1,000 multiplied by 1,000. One more thing I want to say real quick with what Cortney said was, you've got to know your goal. So if your goal's ruby, if your goal's diamond, no matter what your goal is, you have got to know how to get there. Guys, you got to have your chart in front of you. If you don't have your chart in front of you, you don't know how many customers, you don't know how much volume, if you don't know those things, you're not going to get there. Okay. For me personally, I say, if you're pushing for it and this is your end goal, like this is the time you want it by this month, this day, you've got to back that up. 2 weeks, you need to be here. Back it up. 2 weeks, you need your goal to be there. Okay. So if you're supposed to be diamond by the end of this month and you don't have all your distributors, you better get those distributors by the 18th. Right now, done. 18th. If you're actually serious, I don't care if you want diamond. If you're like, oh, diamond will be nice. No, I'm talking seriously. If you're like, no, I'm going diamond at the end of this month. If you're not officially 100% boxed with distributors, that needs to happen like yesterday, like right now, so that you can 100% push for volume. So you've got to know what you're working towards so that you know how to get there. Okay, done. Amanda.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, well, I just want to ask one. I forgot to say this at the beginning. I like to see your guys' faces, and I see a lot of you guys put your cameras on. But if you guys can put your cameras on, I know some of you guys can't, but if you can, I would love it because I like to talk to faces and not screens.
Oh my God. So, speaking my language.
Okay. I know I read it at the beginning and I was like looking while you were talking all these like screens. I'm like, oh, I want to see your faces.
Yep.
Okay, so I have another tip for newbies that and then I wanted to talk about one more thing that pertains to us distributors and our newbies. So another tip for newbies, if you are new, and I see a lot of you guys on here, I see my friend Tammy on here who's new. My biggest tip, you guys, is get plugged in and get yourself to events, get everything. Like I see, and I'm just going to call whoever I see. I see Karen on here, and I will tell you she's new of last month, and I will say she's always on the power hour. She's always on the team trainings, and she's going Ruby this month in like her first 30 days. Like she's learning this business. And that's what it takes, you guys, to get plugged in, to learn, to, figure out what we need to do and then do it. And I can even say Rebecca's on here. Like Rebecca comes to every little thing and she is promoting this month. It takes time to learn this business, but you're not going to know it unless you learn it. And so it is so important to learn this business and to do it. And I will tell you guys, like, it's always a learning process. Like I've been in it for 5 years and I am always on Zooms at least once a day so I can learn. I listen to self-development every day so I can learn as a leader, so I can be a student of leadership. And I'm constantly learning. That never changes. But the tasks, you guys, once you get those tasks like learned, it's like just walking and talking. It's like doing your house chores, right? It's like doing your chores that is so easy to do. You clean your kitchen. It's the same stuff. It's just you have to learn how to do it first. And so that's my tip for you guys, is to get plugged in. If there's a local event, you know, get yourself to that local event. If your team is doing something like a little, like maybe a little get together and you're local, get together with them. If you're not local to your team, if you're not local to me, there's teams around you that would love to have you, you know, go to one of their trainings or to be a part of. Get involved. So that's my biggest tip. And then my other tip is that for those of us who do enroll distributors or who have enrolled distributors, and we get to that point where we're like, oh my gosh, I'm mapped for Emerald, but nobody on my team is working. Like, who here has that? Like, I know I've been there. I've been there with double. I've been there with diamond, double, like even triple. Some of my triples, that the people who got me to triple are not even on this team anymore. And so my biggest suggestion and my biggest advice for you guys, if you have a team and you're like kicking butt, you're getting enrollments, you're doing all that kind of stuff, or maybe you're not, when you have a team and you're wanting to promote, but your team isn't right at your level. They're not right there like hyped up like you are. My biggest tip, you guys, is you just keep getting those enrollments and you keep getting those distributors, you keep getting those new energy in. The minute you like kind of take a step back, or the minute your team doesn't hear from you, or the minute that you're not showing up on Zooms, or the minute you're not enrolling, your team is seeing that. They're going to go at your speed. So, you know, and we always say, like, you know, when we will follow, like our team will follow us. And so if I'm down and out and I'm not getting enrollments, or I'm just like not showing up, guess what my team is going to do? They're not going to show up either. They're going to be, you know, they're not going to be motivated. They're not going to be excited. But if I'm like stinking pumped up and excited and ready to take on the world, guess what's going to happen? That's going to bring energy to other people. And I'm going to have people who are going to be right there by my side doing the same thing. And we proved it last month, the last couple of months. Like last month, you know, like I went live with you guys and I like was just like, okay, you guys, we're doing this. Like, who's with me? And we brought in 50,000 BD in 5 days, you know. But if I was like, all right, guys, like we have 50,000 to go. Who wants to do this with me? Like, let's go. You'd be like, no, like it's not going to happen. But you guys, your team is going to go at your speed. So what is your speed right now, right? Where's your energy at right now? Where's your mindset right now? Are you talking to your key players, or are you trying to bring up the dead? You know, are you trying to bring up those people who just aren't working? And I will tell you, those people who aren't working, we can check in on them. We can like be there for them and give them tips here and there, but it's gonna be up to them to do this business. And so I think it was Pam or Cami said the other day, she said, you know, walk with your walkers, you run with your runners, and you sprint with your, you know, sprinters. Like you run with them. And so, my biggest advice is don't let your team not let you promote. Don't let your team hold you back. You go find other people who are just like you, who want this just like you do, and you run with them. So that was my advice with that.
Amanda, I want to add something to that real quick that reminded me of something I wanted to talk about. What you guys focus on, guys, expands. If you guys have watched The Secret, which we're huge about, put it to the test, guys. If you're focusing on, I want to go Ruby, but I can't get distributors, guess what, guys? You guys aren't going to get distributors. If you're focusing on no one wants to buy my product, you're going to get exactly what you ask for. No one's going to buy your product. But if you go and you wake up and you're like, customers come freely to me, money flows freely in and out of my life, and you guys go and you guys do the action steps behind that. I'm turning red right now. I told Amanda, like, I'm getting red midway through the month from my yellow. It's going to happen, guys. You have to put it to the test. And you know what? No one stinking gets to tell you how successful you're going to be. Not your boyfriend, not your husband, not your ex-freaking husband, not your mom, not your dad, not your best friend. No one gets to decide your life and how successful you're going to be but you. I will tell you, this business has taken me from the ashes of a divorce of almost 10 years, of a mama of 2 girls, and I was danged if I was going to show them that this is what life hands to you. No, I was going to pick myself up. I was going to learn everything I needed to learn. I was going to put my booty to work and do what I need to do. Were there days that I had bad days? Absolutely. Are there days I still have bad days? Absolutely. But I sit in those in just a few minutes a day. And then I'm right back to my goal. And it's a positive goal. I've learned to take what I'm thinking and shift that mindset. If you have a negative thought of, oh my gosh, I don't think I can get these distributors, shift it right away. 5-second rule, shift that. Read the 5-second rule if you guys have not read that book. Shift that thought. I'm getting 2 distributors today. I have 2 distributors and they're rock stars. You have to say it as if it's already happened. I'm Ambassador Diamond and it feels amazing. I have 5 rock stars on my team and they're incredible. It makes me want to wake up every single day. Even if you have 1 person so far, you guys have to talk and visualize your life as if it's already happened. No one gets to tell you how successful you get to be, and dang it, no one gets to tell you based on 3 people not responding to your post or ghosting you on a host to post that you're going to quit. No one has that power over your life. Tune yourself into personal development and change your mindset. That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing we see sink people in the first 60 days, 10 days, 5 minutes in this business is people saying, well, no one responded. I guess I'm not meant to be. Are you freaking going to give up a $15,000 paycheck because 3 people, Pam and Lamb, told you that they don't want to buy from you? Are you really going to give up every dream you've had of taking your kids on vacation, of retiring yourself, of paying off your parents' house, of I don't even know what you want to do? I don't even know. I can't even buy a car. Whatever you want to do, pay off student debt because 3 people that you may or may not know or haven't talked to in 75 years are going to tell you that they don't want to buy product from you. No, you're not. You're not. So get tuned into personal development, guys, and just shift those thoughts because no one gets to tell you how successful you're going to be. You guys are going to do incredible. You are. 5 years in the business, 5 years in the business, 6 years in the business. Guys, 5-digit paychecks, 5-digit paychecks a month, 5 years in the business. Would you not give this at least a year if you could make 6 figures in a year? Raise your hand. Danielle, Amanda, who else is on here? Jennifer, Rachel, who else? Katie. Is making 6 figures after a year in the company. 6 figures, guys. Give this company a year. Give it a year, and I promise you, give it the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, the in and outs, guys, and you guys are going to be so successful. But do not let the everydays of this business that even happen to all of us say that you're not good enough. Don't let Sam, Lamb, and Pam, or whoever I made up their names to be, determine like how successful you get to be.
I'm going to make one of those quotes. I'm going to make like a Mark Pentecost, but I'm going to put your name at the bottom, and it's going to say Pam Lamb, and what was the other one, Sam?
Sam, I don't even know. And I said 75 years as if we're like 150.
So basically what Cortney's saying is you've got Pam Lamb and Sam over here. You're not going to hang out with them. You're not surrounding yourself with them, okay? You're going to more focus on these people over here, okay, that you're willing to trade paychecks with, basically.
This is my version of red, and it's names that don't even exist, okay?
I like it. I like it.
All right, love you guys. Your turn.
That's so funny.
All right, you want to move on to host-to-post stuff?
Yeah, let's move on to that. And I want you guys to kind of brush up on that, but I'll say something really quick and then you guys can go. But so you guys, what Cortney and we all just said, like, you know, hopefully this just fires you up. And now we want to give you guys some just proof, just like fail-proof systems of how you guys can do this and just really pour into you guys on that this system does work. Maybe it's not working for you right now, but it's not that the system doesn't work. It's because you're doing something differently. You're doing something there. We just need to tweak something, you know? So because here's the thing. So we have figured out, it's been about 2 years now, the host to post system, right? And we have literally went down to a T, like to science of how this works. And so if somebody comes to me and they're like, I'm getting host to post out, I'm not getting customers, I'm not getting distributors, I don't know what I'm doing, I will literally just break it down. And we always figure out why that is. So, you know, first of all, are you doing those core 5 things every day? One of those things is going to be host to post, okay? With host to post, you guys, the only way it is going to work is if you do it correctly. Okay, so that means you have to do it consistently, and it's a numbers game, so you have to make sure you're getting enough out there. So if I have somebody and they're like, Amanda, I'm not getting customers, I'm not getting distributors, I don't know what I'm doing, like I'm running out of people to talk to, I'm running out of people to message, that one tells me they're not growing their network. And Cortney's gonna brush upon this in a minute, but we should never have a day where we run out of people to message, ever, ever, ever in this business. Number 2 is I always ask them, okay, how many messages are you sending out? Well, I'm sending out like 15 people, like I'm messaging about 15 people to see if they'll host a post for me, and only like 3 people will get back to me. And out of those 3 people, maybe one of them will have a couple comments on their post. I'm like, okay, well, that's just not enough. If you're sending any less than 100 messages out, and I'm just going to say 100 messages because it is real, like you have to be sending out at least 100 messages every single day, asking people, 100 people to do a host for you. Every single day, there should not be a day that goes by without sending 100 messages. And you'll talk to some leaders and they're like, I don't let my team send out any less than 200 or 300. So for me, I'm like, I send out 100 messages every single day. It takes me about 20, 30 minutes to do it, depending on where I'm getting my people from that day. And it gives me an average about 10 hosts to post every single day. It literally does not change. I typically get that. Some days it might be a little bit less. Some days it might be a little bit more. Those days that it's a little bit less, what do? I spend another 20 minutes and I send out another 100 messages. Okay? If the messages you are not sending, if you're not getting the responses that you need to go and you need to go to another person and message them to ask them. You need to keep going until you get those potentials on your list. So that's the key to it. It is so simple, you guys. It is a numbers game. If you are talking to 5 people versus 100 people, who do you think is going to get more? If I message 5 people and Danielle messages 100 people, who do you think that month is going to get more, or that day is going to get more customers and distributors? Hands down, it's Danielle, right? If I have 200 people on my Facebook or Instagram, Danielle has 3,000. Who has more people to talk to? Right? It's simple. It's a numbers game. Danielle, she is going to rock her business. I'm going to not rock my business. So it's a numbers game. So what are you doing and how much are you doing it? And sending, 100 messages. And I always say 100 because you guys, it shouldn't take you that long to do it, especially with all of the verbiages we have, all of the systems we have put into place. You literally have every tool you need to be successful with this. And
Amanda.
Yes.
I want to ask a question because you keep saying something and I'm seeing some faces. So bear with me for 2 seconds. I want to ask everybody a question. And you guys, I really want you to think about this. I want you to answer honestly. No, put your hand up. Who gets overwhelmed or nervous or uncomfortable every single time Amanda says 100 messages? Put your hand up. Don't lie. Okay. All of you people, how many minutes did she say it takes her to do that? 20 to 30 minutes, guys. So if it's overwhelming because you're like, it's 100 messages, oh my God, it takes 20 to 30 minutes. So your job, so that you're not overwhelmed, you have got to find a time that you can be intentional to send out those messages. So Amanda probably has a system because she's very consistent in how she works her business. So she probably has a system in place on how she does her host to post and how she sends out those messages. Feel free to talk about that. But I'm just saying, I work my business when my kids take a nap and when my kids go to bed, and when my nanny's here, I try to make it work. I'm telling you, when those kids go to bed, it's on. Okay. So you have a different schedule than what I have, than what Amanda has, than what Cortney has. You have got to figure out a time in your day, every single day, because it is important to be consistent. 30 minutes. You can do it. Okay. Even if you're hiding in the bathroom away from your kids, you can do it. Okay. All right. So sorry to interrupt, but I kept seeing people's faces that were getting overwhelmed every time you said 100. And I was like, yeah. I gotta call out something here. So, all right.
Yeah, you did say that. And I do want to say something too. I don't send out all 100 at a time because I don't want to get Facebook blocked. So I want to make sure I say that too. I do 30 to 50 depending on how, what my energy's like, or how, what where I'm at or whatever. Cause sometimes I'm on a roll and I'm like, I just want to keep going. But I never do more than 50 at a time. I just want to say that. Because I don't want to get Facebook jail or blocked or anything like that. So, so you can do, and I say 30, if I send out 30 messages, it literally takes me probably like 5 minutes. And then I'll do something else. And then I might not do anything for, a couple hours because I have my kids, and I'll sit back down and I'll do another 30 for 5-10 minutes. And then I'll do another 30. So I kind of split it out. For me personally, my system is I get all of my host to post done in the morning. So then all day long, I have people I'm working with. That's just what works for me. So I get all of mine done in the morning. I break it up. And I do have systems. I use text replacement where it's just so easy, where I just have to push my little thing and it just sends it off. It's a copy and paste message. And I do not respond to people until I've done those 30, because then I'll get sidetracked.
Amanda, can you send what you're sharing, what you're sending out to people? Can you put that in the comments?
Yeah, I will. So, Cortney, or do you want to kind of take over with the host to post, and I'll put mine in the comments?
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to piggyback off of that. Some of you work full time. And when I was teaching 60 hours a week, because, that is not just like an 8 to 5 job, I was doing 5-minute, send out 20 messages here. The time that you guys work is going to change. The times you guys work is going to change every day. Like now that I have a newborn and a 20-month-old, my working during the day is pretty obsolete unless they're napping at the same time. So I work from 9 to midnight. That's my baby time to work. So don't let that deter you either, as the seasons in life change. No, your business isn't quitting, and you're not quitting because you have to shift your hours. No, you're just shifting your hours. So 5 years in the business, I've had to do that several times depending on what's happening in my life. When I was working full time, I couldn't work throughout the day. I had to work little blocks of chunks of 5 to 10 minutes. So that's completely okay. Just figure out what works for you. So what I love about host to post too, a lot of you are saying, oh my gosh, I don't even have 200 friends, let alone send out 200 messages a day. I saw some of those faces. So what do you do with that? Guys, you can honestly piggyback off of host to post all day long for networking and adding to your business. So say you send out a host to post, and that host to post message gets 20 prospects. All of those 20 prospects better be asked if they want to be in your contest or if they want to do a host to post for you. Bam, you just have 20 more people that you asked from one person that was originally on your friends list. So those 200 people that you have are potentially 4,000 people that you can have for host to post. And that just exponentially grows every single day. Let me talk about one of my DTs, Katie, who consistently brings in 200 BV every single day. I asked her, what are you doing differently? What's happening? She's like, I don't even message people with the, hey girl, can I ask you a question? She's like, I've never had to do that. She's about to go diamond 3 months into the business. And literally is one of her only working legs on her diamond. So she's bringing in 200 BV a day. Guys, that's 6,000 BV by the end of the month. She only needs 1,000 extra BV. So she basically built herself to diamond. So you don't even have to have people working, like we've been saying. You just put your head down and you work. So what she's doing is those 20 people that commented, whether they order or they don't, she's always asking them, hey, do you want to host a post for me? I'm doing a contest, $700 for a Visa gift card. 99.9% of the time, they're going to end up hosting for her. Then those 20 people that end up hosting, they might have 5 to 10 people that are interested. Guys, you just blew up with potentials. You just blew up with adding to your network where you don't have to go in to groups and add people. If you do host a post daily, guys, you don't have to worry about growing your network. You don't have to worry about not having enough people. You don't have to worry about not having a potentials list. You don't have to worry about not having any LCs signed at the end of the month. You don't have to worry about not having your 3 DTs at the end of the month, because it works organically if you are doing this. What's happening is you guys aren't doing this. You guys aren't doing this, and that's what's happening. So at the end of the month, when you're like, shoot, I don't have any potentials, you look back and you haven't done a host to post in 15 days and you're like, oh my goodness. So this is why we say, like, just shoot for 5 to 10 hosts to post a day. And then you're going to piggyback off of those hosts to post all month long. You're going to be asking everyone that's commenting on those hosts to post. I just had 45 comments on one, and I think 8 people from those 45 are reposting for me right now. So know that it's all a numbers game too. Everyone might not always post, but you know what? A few days from now, I'm going to reach back out to them and be like, hey, are you still interested in being into my raffle? What we do as well is if someone's ghosted you for a while, say they've been wanting to do the cleanse, you're going to ask them, hey, would you like to be entered into my contest this month? And then you're going to give them a post about Thermophyte, guys. You're going to give them another product to think about, because now they might order both. They might order the Thermophyte and the cleanse from you, and then they're going to be like, oh, shoot, I'm so sorry. I meant to give you that information for the cleanse. So you're not only following up for the product, but you're getting another potential to host a post for you. And that just opens up, guys, I have distributors signing from all over the United States because of host to post. I never had friends all over the United States. I didn't even know everyone in every state, you know, but I almost have a distributor from every part of the United States because of host to post, because I have a friend in Texas who's hosting a post for me that has friends in Florida and Alaska and Tennessee and Michigan, and then those people are hosting, and those people from Michigan have friends in 5 other states that I never opened a network to. So do not underestimate the power of that. That has allowed some of you guys, it used to take us years to get to double diamond and triple diamond, years. There's people on my team getting there in a year, 1 year, guys, 1 year. So don't underestimate the power of that. And that's how they're doing it, because it just opens things up so humongously. One thing we're doing right now, we're kind of experimenting with it this month, and it's working really well, was we're doing something that we labeled a hydro post. So I'm doing my post, and I can't take credit for this. This is one of my double diamonds, almost triple diamond, Rachel. She would do a post about the Visa gift card. And then everyone that posts, you know, you do your post of like first 75 people get entered into this contest. You know, you might have 40 people respond. What I'm sending and what we're sending as a team to those 40 people is the message for them to do a post about the contest. So all 40 of those people are doing the post to be entered into our $700 contest. And then those people that comment on those, so think about this, guys. I know all of you aren't teachers but think about how big this gets. You have 40 of those people post about the contest. They each have 40 people post about the contest. You have potentially had like 200 to 300 hosts of posts in 1 day of doing this. You have opened it up to like balloon for you for the rest of the month. So you post about the contest. You have the first people that comment. You send them to post about the contest. Then those people that post for you, you're just sending the normal Thermophyte or cleanse or whatever host to post you're doing. But then in 1 day or 2 days, guys, you potentially have hundreds of host to posts out. You do this in your first week every month, guys, then you're just piggybacking off of those host to posts. You're going back and you're saying, commented, or you're commenting, you know, messaged everyone, or hey, Sally, I messaged you. Did you get that message? That puts it back into the feed. You're playing off of these host to posts all month. Another thing we're doing that's working, because what happens with that is those people that are doing that post for you, they're not friends with you. It's just like you're doing your regular host to post for Thermophyte and they're not friends with you yet. So we're changing up our message, and it's saying, you know, hey, Sally, sent a friend request and messaged you. So they know right away that they have to check that friend request, so you're not going into that other folder. Because sometimes, I don't know if you guys are noticing, even if you're waving or even if the blue little thing is where it needs to be, they're still not getting your message. So I changed my verbiage. Our team changed our verbiage to sent a friend request and messaged you. So they're checking, they're adding you as a friend. I just added 200 people by getting my host to post done. I double dipped by doing one task. I now added to my network, and I have all these potentials.
Courtney.
Yeah.
You send that like in the comments, like, hey, I sent you a friend request. Okay.
Yeah, in my comments, rather than just saying messaged you, I say sent friend request and messaged you. Okay. And guys, I got these from my distributors that are rocking it, because I'm always asking, like, what's working for you? If you have someone on your team and you notice like, gosh, like they're doing amazing, like ask them like what's working for you. And I'm learning so much just from little tips and tricks and just changing verbiage around just a little bit. The Hydra post has been awesome. Like I said, I had 45 comments on that Visa one from someone posting for me. And now all 45 of those people are doing the Visa post. And then even if they each only have 5 people that are interested, that's 5 people from each of those 40 that's going to then host a post for me. So rather than going for my 10, I now got hundreds to host a post in one day. So just something fun and something that's just going to blow things out of the water.
I love that, Cortney. Do you have a certain message besides the one that we already use for our team? Do you have something else that you send out for them?
It's super similar. It's super similar of, hey, thank you so much for commenting. In order to get entered into this raffle, I'm just going to give you a post. And then the post is just the Visa post for that first time around. Yeah. And then when those people comment, then you're going to send the product post the second time around.
Okay, gotcha. That's so awesome. I have, if Tamara wants to, she wanted to share something that worked really good. Tamara's new, so I thought she would, she just messaged me saying she had a really good experience with Host a Post yesterday. So if she wanted to give her little tip on here, and I thought it'd be so good since she is new, coming from a newbie and doing this. So do you want to unmute and give your tip really quick, Tamara?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am Ruby charted right now, so I am pushing to get this, but I actually listened to Amanda, and I shared yesterday on my lunch break for 20 minutes straight, did 60 messages, got about 30 people actually to respond, but only about 13 of those hosted a post. And then I did another 30, like she said, to split it up. So I did another 30 about 7 o'clock last night and got about 15 more. So I was kind of overwhelmed a little bit, but I stayed busy and I loved it. And so from that, I got another distributor and 2 loyal customers and 3 customers. So if you guys don't think it works, just keep plugging. She's taught me don't give up. There's days that I get down. There's days that I'm busy with my day job, but I still keep doing it. So I am so excited. I'm coming up on my 1-month anniversary on the 25th, but my goals are Ruby by the weekend and crossing fingers, maybe Emerald before the end of the month, but we shall see because I'm out of commission for a week. We're going to Disney in days, so we shall see. So I just wanted to share and let you guys not to give up. So.
Thank you so much for sharing. I think that that's so important that we hear from so many other people that have experience too, because it just shows that consistency. And it didn't take her very long to send out those messages. She did it on her lunch break. And, you know, she got all those customers and distributors. So, and now all those potentials. So you guys, it's just that consistency. And Cortney, I love that tip that you gave. And I know you've been talking to me about that, and I've been kind of diving into that as well. But I think that, you know, there should never be a time where we're not growing our network and we don't have people to message. And I wanted to share one other thing, and I'm sure Danielle has some tips on here too. But one thing that I have been doing is after I send my messages out, so say I send out 30 messages, okay? My first batch of 30 messages. And say I see like 10% typically respond. So I had those 10 people respond. And then a little bit later, I'll send out my second batch of messages, okay? I will actually, after I'm done sending my second batch, I'll go to my first batch that I sent out. And those people who saw it, I'll just send them another message. I'll be like, hey, is this something you'd like to do? Typically, they always respond, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, sorry, I got busy, or yeah, sorry, I was getting to work. If I send out that message, hey, girl, I have a question, and they see the message and they don't respond, I'll send them another message, and I'll be like, hey, sorry, that was a little bit vague. I just wanted to see if you'd be interested in our giveaway. I don't know if you saw my post. Our team is doing a $700 giveaway for Visa. Do you want to get entered into it for this? You know, so I'll send them another message. So after I send out my first batch, I don't just let that go. Like I'll work with those people who are answering me back, but I'll go back to those people who are seeing that post or seeing that message, and I'll message them again and I'll say, hey, is this something you'd like to do? And then here's the other thing. The people who are my potentials, if they're like, oh yeah, I want to order on Friday, I always say, okay, awesome, I'll get you all set up. Would you also want to get entered into this drawing? Do you mind making this post for me? So I'm asking my potentials. I'm asking those people who are saying no to me. I'm asking every single person that I'm talking to in my messenger if they'll also do a post for me. You never know when that one person is going to blow up and have like awesome network, So that was my little tip too. So, okay, Danielle, go ahead if you have some more.
Yeah. And I'm going to piggyback real quick with what you just said. It was so funny. One day a light bulb went off. I was like, this girl wanted to host a post, but she just signed up as a customer. So I was like, why don't I ask her to host a post? But then I did this. I said, hey, why don't you go ahead and add that you just ordered this as well? Think about what that sounds for other people. This girl just ordered it that I'm really good friends with. Okay, well, maybe I'll order it then. It's not she's thrown up this post for this girl that is trying to sell this thing or whatever. Their friend already ordered it. So it's kind of like gives them the green light. And the first time I was like, hey, let's just try it. First time she put it up, I think I got like almost 20 people to comment off of it. And I think I probably got 3 or 4 customers from it that day. So I was like, okay, I'm on to something. So having your customers, as soon as they order, asking them to post it, and then asking them also to say, I just ordered this. Who else wants to do this with me? Or something like that. That has really been working well for me too. Okay, so I'm going to share a couple things on host to post. I think the biggest thing for me, because my life is so crazy, and can I just mention the chaos? The chaos. I'm just going to mention it because it's here. It's like one of those things where you just got to mention it. Okay. This is my life. And I'm very like OCD organized. Guys, I got to let it go. Like my life is crazy and you can tell behind me. So there's just some things you got to let go. So I apologize, but I don't really. So with host to post, you have to be intentional. For me, I have to be intentional. I have to find time during the day to actually sit down, be intentional, and bang out these messages. And then when I'm like outside with the kids or whatever, I'm getting these messages coming in and then I can just kind of respond to them. So I have to be very intentional throughout my day as to when I'm getting these messages out. Obviously, I have the verbiage saved in my notes section on my phone, and that's key. Building your network. I can't stress the importance of building your network. I have so many people come to me that say host to post doesn't work for me, and I go to their friend list and they have 200 friends. Not going to work. Like you have to build your network. I posted something the other day in my team page and I said, if you don't have 2,000 Facebook friends, you better get to work. Like you have got to have at least 1,000 Facebook friends, and I want you pushing for 2,000. So if you're somebody right now, like, and I've done challenges in my team where I say, screenshot your friend list. I want to see your number of your friends list, screenshot it and save it and post it below. And then in 30 days, I want you to compare it and see if you reached that goal or whatever. And there are people that blow those challenges out of the water. It's awesome. So it's like people are bringing in 500 new friends a month. Like that's fantastic. You have got to be building your network and go about it strategically. Find people that you would love to have on your team, or find people that you think are really cool and they look fun, or people that have a huge network, or people that, for me, I'm always like, hey, if they can take selfies of themselves looking good, I'm pretty sure they're going to be confident working this business. And that might sound a little shallow to you, but that's kind of, if they take selfies and stuff, they're comfortable, So, all right, I'm going to post a link in the chat. And I want you to save it, and I want you to make this a priority. I want you to watch this within the next, give yourself a time frame, but I say within the next 72 hours, I want you to watch this video. So I've never been a mass enroller. Seriously, I'm like always been sitting back, like watching Amanda. I'm like, how does she do this? Like she's such a mass enroller. So of course I've always been learning from her along the way, but I enrolled 70 customers in 1 month. And that was like, my biggest was 30. So 70, I was like, oh my God, it was just so exciting. So I did a video on exactly what I did. And you guys, I'm telling you, here's the best part about this. It's all duplicatable. And that's the best part about this. And my team is duplicating it. And guess what? It's working for them. And that's what this business is all about. And that's what's so exciting, is that it's all duplicatable. So I'm going to share this for anyone that's watching the recording. You can just go to my YouTube channel, and it's Host to Post TFX. That's what it's called. So, all right, there's the link. Make that a priority to watch that. I literally share every in and out about how I signed 70 customers doing one thing. And it's doing Host to Post, and it's doing Host to Post TFX. The key, a couple things that I talk about in there are that I don't do pictures. And I guess personally for me, it makes sense why not to do pictures, because people are scrolling through Facebook all day and all night, and they don't want to see black, green, and bling. So they don't want to see product posts. They see it all the time. They see all these other people doing it. So you want to catch their attention. So it's just the verbiage. And I can post that in there too. I feel like Amanda has all this stuff anyways, but I'll do it just, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the post that it's literally two things, guys. Copy and paste for people to post. And then of course it's too big. And then the other one is for every single person that comments, this is what I say to them. So for me, this is what works for me. Now, all right, there's the first one. And then I'm going to share one more thing with you guys, because I'm kind of like OCD when it comes to, of course, I'm a teacher, so I'm like super green. So I need some organization to the chaos. Oh my God, this is obnoxious. This is not working. Okay, there we go. So for me, I have a spreadsheet. It knocked off the hay, but okay. So I have a spreadsheet. It's called Host to Post. Amanda, you have this for your team, right? The spreadsheet?
It's on our files.
Okay. So this is something that I use, and it just helps me stay organized, and mostly for follow-ups. So today I went to Starbucks for a couple of hours while my nanny was here, and this was what I did. Like, I did it for an hour straight. I just went through and I messaged everybody and I followed up, and I wrote down new people. So basically what it is it's the person that hosts the post. You write down their name and then the date and then everybody that commented. And something for me when I go through this is that I'm missing people that liked the comment, because we don't get alerted. We don't get notified when somebody likes it. So I also write those people's names down and also send those people a message as well. Now, another thing that goes hand in hand with Host to Post for me personally is I do TFX, and I'm using TFX. So getting my own personal results is a really big deal, because then I get to share my own results, right? So a good tool for me to follow up is, instead of commenting on all of them and be like, hey guys, I sent you a message, blah, 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 I then comment and say, here's my personal results with TFX after this many weeks. And for those of you who did not get my message, feel free to text me. Guys, do you know how many people don't have Facebook Messenger? It's like beyond me, because I'm like, that's how I live my life. But a lot of people don't have Facebook chat, like the Messenger. So when I follow up, I always, obviously if someone didn't see it, I then tag them and say, feel free to text me and I can send you the information there. So those are some of my big things that work really well for me. Questions about that? We good?
That's so awesome. Yeah, you guys make sure you copy and paste this. And that's the thing, like, you guys can see, like, our verbiages are all very similar. And so if there's something, like, if mine isn't working for you, try Danielle's. If Danielle's isn't working for you, try, but the thing is these do work. And the reason it works is because we're getting the results and other people are getting the results. So if for some reason, if a message isn't working for you, if you're like, oh, this isn't working, just do more of it. Just be consistent with it, and you'll see that you'll start to see those results. There's some days I'll send out messages and I'm like, man, like nobody's responding back to me. But then I just keep sending them out, and then I get my normal amount that I should. So, okay. Oh, go ahead, Court.
Amanda, I wanted to say this since I think it was Tamara was talking about going on vacation. Guys, don't underestimate the power of working a few minutes on vacation. I will tell you, last summer when I went to Yellowstone, and we took like a 4 state trip, and there were some areas where I didn't have service, but guys, they announced the $9.99 signups during that week that I was gone, and you better believe I took full advantage of that. And some of those signups, guys, have been some of my top runners, some of my diamonds that are on my team. So don't underestimate, like, you know, getting out of host to post in the morning, going to Disneyland during the day, and bringing in 200 BV that night. My friend, my DT Katie, did it last week when she was at, I think it might have been 2 weeks ago, when she was at Disneyland. Like, she was like, oh, got another 183 BV, got another 50 BV. Like, the whole time she was there, I'm like, I just see you posting like you're having a great time. She's like, yeah, I woke up early and got my host to post out. If you guys want something to happen, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it didn't matter that I was having a baby. I was still going triple that month. It doesn't matter if you're taking a 15-day trip in the summertime. Find time to work. Do not take 15 days off of your business. It will deflate you for months. Do not take a 15-day break or even a week break or even a 5-day break from your business. If you only have 5 minutes that day, get host to post out. If you have to wait 24 hours to message those people back, wait those 24 hours, but do it. Take pictures of you enjoying your time. Take pictures by the scenery. Use that, you know.
Bring product.
Yes, bring product. I love that I can be at Disneyland and still work my business. I love that I can, you know, go on these hikes in Yellowstone with my family and work on the go. Take pictures while you're on vacation. Summertime too. Some of you mamas are going to be home with your kids, and it's going to get cray-cray really quickly, and you're not going to want to work. You really aren't. You're going to have to find that motivation and post pictures of all 4 of your kids like mauling you, and you're still, you know, responding to people, and you're getting your work done, and you're doing things that 99% of the population would not do. And that is what sets us apart, guys. We're doing things that people are going to get tired of doing and quit. You know, when summertime comes, when a vacation comes, when more kids come, you have to know that why, and you have to work through it. You better
find a new schedule. If you're on vacation, just find a different schedule.
Yes.
It might take you a day to adjust, but once you get into that schedule, you know, if you have a kid, most likely they're going to take a nap or they're going to have a downtime. That's your time to hustle it. So you just have to make it work for you.
Yeah, definitely work though. Definitely find those times to work. And if you have to wake up a little bit early, watching Amanda, you know, 5 years in the business, there's never been one time she's gone on a vacation that I've not seen her work, that I've not seen her plug into the team. She had surgery like a week ago, and she was still like 2 hours after surgery plugging into the team. I'm like, go rest, you know, so you know, you just get your stuff done. You find time to do it, guys, and I promise it will bless you beyond your wildest dreams. If you would have asked me or Danielle if our little skimpy $40,000, $50,000 a year teaching salaries would like blow up to what they have today, we would have like thought everyone was crazy, and I did think Amanda was crazy. So just stick with it. Take these tips, rewatch this, share with your team, and just put it to work. And we promise you guys are going to be so blessed for it. We make that promise to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So, and I think that that's just such a great way. We can all give out, you know, if we have a tip to kind of close out, but I think it's just so amazing. You guys, this business, we have such an opportunity to bless so many other people and to serve so many other people. And we have our hands on gold. It's just literally up to how bad do we want it. And the blessing is you can work this anywhere. If you are the busiest person, that is great, because I will tell you the most successful people in this business are the busiest people. So work this business in the nooks and crannies of your day when it works good for you. Like Cortney said, if you only have a couple minutes to work your business, get some hosts to post out. And then maybe even stay up a little bit later. You know, instead of going to watch a show, like my husband's in the house right now, I could definitely go watch a show with him for a few hours, but I'm going to stay in here and I'm going to probably go in there just so I can be with him, but I'm going to be able to work by my you know, by his side. And so, you know, it's choose what you want to do. And I always love how Cammie says, like, I think it's Cammie or Pam, choose your hard. What's your hard? Is your hard struggling paycheck to paycheck, wishing you could do something, wishing you had more time with your children, wishing you could pay off your bills, wishing you had this? Is that your hard? Or is your hard staying maybe up a little bit later, a half an hour later, to work your business? I will tell you, I would choose to get 2 hours of sleep every single night versus struggling to live paycheck to paycheck ever again. I will choose working way, you know, more from my phone and being able to stay home with my kids than I do have to go and spend 10 hours away from them every single day. So my hard is going to look a lot, like to me, it's a lot easier than what my hard was before. So choose your hard. Is your hard, what you're going through now, or is it that you can invest into your business a little bit more? Lack sleep a little bit more if you're going for a goal. If you're going for diamond, I will tell you guys should literally be getting waking up early, going to bed late, and getting it done. If you're going for a big promotion, that's what it takes. And I always say when you're going for a promotion, you should be working 3 times harder than you ever did when you're not going for a promotion.
Yep.
Every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And what Cortney said, even like in March when I went ambassador and our team went ambassador, I was in Hawaii for a week. You better believe that I was up till midnight, 1 o'clock every single day, up at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock every single morning, working when my kids were in their quiet time, or sometimes even they went, out for, the morning or afternoon, and I stayed and worked. Choose your hard. And so that's just all I have to say is, I'm praying for you guys. You guys got this. And all of you guys are so amazing. You just have to know it. You just have to believe in yourself, because we believe in you and we know what you can do. We know what this business can do. So now it's just up to you to live it. It's up to you to experience it, and for you to just, to do it, get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think going hand in hand with that, I think it all is based on your daily schedule, your daily routine, and your daily 6 list, really. I think if you are doing something consistently and you're doing it daily and it's working, keep doing it. And if you're pushing for promotion, like Amanda said, you've really got to, you can't just step it up a little bit. You've got to get serious, and you've got to give serious sacrifices, and you're going to have hurdles. And I don't know what those hurdles are going to be. It might be your husband chewing you out for being on your phone so much, but you know what? You've got big goals and you see it. He's not on these Zooms. He doesn't feel it. Okay. So that's for you to bring that back to him and say, listen, do you love me? Do you believe in me? Because I need for you to take a step back for a little bit, and I've got some big goals. You've got to communicate that with him or whoever, you know what I mean? So we've all seen it possible. If you ask any diamond and above on our teams, as I'm sitting here staring at Tanya, they will tell you they've gone all in. They've turned it up. They've gone all in, and they've made it happen because of that. So you can do it just like all of us. We believe in you, and we're here to help you every step of the way. So figure out what your daily 6 list is, figure out what your daily routine is, and you've got to make some serious sacrifices. So yeah, Cortney?
And don't let the volume scare you, guys. Look at your volume tonight, get your vision for the next 2 weeks, and whether you have 2,000 or 30,000 BV that you're needing for your promotion, put your head down, write it down, talk as if you're there, because you are going to get there if you're doing those action steps. It's not, I hope I get there. It's, I'm there and it feels amazing. Paying off my house feels amazing. Paying off my bills feels incredible. And watch it happen, guys. It's gonna happen. If you guys write down your goals, it doesn't matter how much BV. And then watch your team follow in your footsteps. Watch those DTs just freely come to you as you're making those bonuses, as you are being able to take your family on vacation, as you are paying off your debt. People are watching you whether you think they are or not. And having that light and that energy is just gonna attract more light and energy. So we know you guys can do it. We've done it. I know when I was going for these, big promotions, I think Diamond, I was like 1,600 BV away, like 3 days before my promotion. I know Double Diamond, I was like 8,000 away the last, couple weeks. So Triple Diamond, I know I was a couple thousand BV off the last week. So know that anything is possible. I didn't let that deter me. I didn't say, oh, I'm not going to get it now. Maybe next month. I don't need this bonus. I said, no, my baby's being paid for in cash. I'm getting this bonus. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know if I do my part. And I can tell you guys, when Amanda was going ambassador and we needed 50,000 BV that last 3 days, and she would call me in tears sometimes, being like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. And she put her head down and she poured into her team. It happened, guys. It happened. So just know miracles are going to happen, if you want to call them miracles, or just you guys are going to be blessed just from doing the little things each day. But if you take your breaks off because you're self-doubting and saying you're not going to get there, you're going to get exactly what you're thinking about. So you're not going to get there. You just have to have that mindset of it's happening. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to stay plugged in. I'm going to take tips. I'm going to do my core 4 or my daily 6. I'm going to pour into my team. I'm going to do posts like growing my team and getting in those new people. It might not be those new people that are getting me to this promotion next month, but they're going to compress up the following month and everything's going to be amazing, and just watch it happen. We're so excited for you, and we can't wait to shout out promotions like come the first of the month. We're so stinking excited.
Yes. Cortney, Karen asked what do you message to your first level of contacts to have them post about our giveaway to create the double layer contact?
Oh, you would just do it like you would a normal host a post of thank you for commenting. I'm so excited for this contest. Would you mind doing, putting this post on your wall? In exchange, I'm going to enter you into my raffle. And then the post that you're giving them is just for that visa contest. So it's just like the first paragraph you would do for a normal host a post, but they're posting the visa one for you. And the visa just says, hey, my friend.
So would it sound like something like, hey, my friend Amanda is looking for 10 people or 100 people who want to get entered into a 700 visa.
Yeah, message below and she'll get in contact with you. Yeah.
So same as like what your post would look like.
Yeah, and you would just put your name in there of like, hey, my friend Amanda is doing a raffling off, $700 worth of Visa cards. Comment below if you want in, no purchase necessary, however you normally do it. Yeah, absolutely. If Freya's on here, I don't know if she still is. Freya, can you copy and paste that on there, babe?
Yeah, I can copy and paste it.
Okay. Yeah, Freya helped us come up with it. That's what I love about this layered leadership, because I have rock stars underneath me that come up with amazing things, and we just run with it and we try new things and it works. So yeah, I'm excited for you guys.
Do any of you guys have questions while Freya's putting that in there? Does anybody have anything you want to comment, add, say? I know we kind of went over our hour, but this is the time to do it. We can answer really quick while Freya's doing that.
We'll need to do this again soon. Joint teams. I like it. I miss it.
I tried to be a red. It didn't work very well. I can't even think. I couldn't even come up with good names.
So funny, Cortney. You're like, I'm going to be red on this Zoom. I'm like, you do that.
Let me get people fired up. Oh, shoot. My brain does not function that way.
We still love you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, it's posted.
Oh, Freya's got it, guys. So copy and paste that into your notes so you guys have it. And obviously, change it to work for you guys.
Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so much, Danielle and your guys' team. Thank you so much for joining us and doing this with us. It was so fun. We just love you guys so much, and we're cheering you guys on.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys hopping on with us, too.
Thanks, I'll get that recording over to you guys.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, girl.
Love you.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.